Like, I thought I'd gone live, but I hadn't, but I was streaming anyway. You know, I was streaming happily to myself here. I was jamming. Shouts out to everyone locked in on the podcast. Shouts out to everyone locked in live. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Whoa! Smash that like. Make some noise for yourself. Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Already. All the young dudes follow the news. Get out of get shoot. Oh my goodness. What up though? How is everybody doing? Yeah, we're here, baby. We're here. We did it. We made it. Oh, great day, woo. Great day, woo.
He's got clout.
How's everyone doing out there? Bonjour, je m'appelle The Don. Je m'appelle...
Get after it.
Je m'appelle...
He's got clout.
Je m'appelle... Yeah. What up, Luke Cap says, hey, the Alan Watts albums came in the mail the other day. The only downside is I'm still living in China. At least my dad can enjoy them. What a good son you are. What a good son you are. That's amazing. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to everyone getting their Alan Watts vinyl. I'm getting messages off the I get messages every day from people going, oh, you're the dad. I got Alan Watts vinyl. Life is so good. Meaningwave exists. That's right, though. It do. Hey, I noticed YouTube hero Alex had been busy with his hammer. My guy. Make some noise for YouTube hero Alex. Getting busy with the hammer of justice. Now, if you've posted something political and it got deleted, it's not because anybody disagrees with you or anyone wants to silence your speech or anything of that nature. It's because you got the whole internet to talk about that. And this is a club. What's that smart man say? Politics is downstream from culture. Culture is downstream from vibes. We're working on that, baby. All right, we all got our part to play. You know? And what did I tweet earlier? Something along the lines of, I'll paraphrase myself. If you think it's over, baby, you ain't been paying attention to 2020. There's a lot more 2020 to go. And in the words of Bachman Turner Overdrive, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You gotta bear in mind, baby, we've been at like peak bread and circuses for like a while, right? I've been saying this for a while. Avengers Endgame was like, the clue was in the title. That was the culmination of Hollywood. That was it. That's what it all built towards. And after that, it was over. The bread and circuses at their peak were suddenly the circuses were put on pause. Movies on pause. Sports on pause. Uber concerts, EDM festivals, everything, pause. All that energy had to go somewhere, baby. It's all building up to something, baby. So hold tight. And also, let it not be forgotten, they Chekhov-gunned aliens in the first act. Let that not be forgotten. I ain't forget. You know what I mean? Akira the Don did not forget. So, you know, that's just to say, if you got your comment removed because it was political, we love you, baby. And we got a Discord, and you can go to the Discord and talk about politics all day long. But this, baby, this is the place for vibe regulation, and we're going in. We're going in, baby! Sativa Skunk says, dude, my day was so badass. And I think it's because last night's show was so badass. Feels like it works. Whoa! Hey, King Malvo says, what about smashing the like button? Well, I think you should. I think you should. I think if you don't, you're being rude. Smash that like. I saw someone saying they were waiting because they wanted to be number 100 again. You know what smart people do? They smash it. When it gets close to 100, they unsmash, and then they resmash, you know? Unsmash, then resmash. Ho, ho! Da-da-da-da-da. 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 You know it's catchy, right? That da-da-da. Hey. Hey, hey.
One of the things that's happened in our society is that we seem to have concluded that strong men are dangerous. And that's partly because we think Western culture is a tyrannical patriarchy, and the only reason you get to the top is because you misuse power. So all the men who are at the top of the hierarchy are all misusing their power, and they're all tyrannical. And all the guys who have the aim and ambition to achieve that are just tyrants in training. That's sort of the basic attitude that we have towards our own culture and towards young men now. Everything about that is pathological and inexcusable and shameful.
You know, I used to watch kids skateboard. I liked watching those kids. I liked watching skateboarders do those crazy things. Because they're trying to become competent. They're facing danger. They don't want the damn protective gear. It's like, no. I don't want to wear a helmet. I want to expose myself to this danger. It's not that I'm stupid. And the kids are often shooed away. It's like, wait a second. They're practicing being courageous. They're practicing mastering something in the face of danger. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Whoa, mama.
We don't need no thought control.
great day. Woo! Great day. Woo! Great day. Woo!
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. 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 Don't bother children. Don't bother children.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. A lot of the rebellious behavior of young men in particular, which is very frowned upon in the schools, that's toxic masculinity. So that horrid phrase. But leave those damn kids alone. About 10 years ago in Toronto, they changed the insurance rules governing playgrounds. Parents had raised money for these damn playgrounds. There was nothing wrong with them. They tore them all out. But 2 weeks before school started, there was nothing but dirt and gravel. I saw the kids on top of the school.
Why?
Because they needed some danger. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Go see a gymnast. Like the gymnast does a flawless routine. Everybody claps like mad. The judges say 9.9. And then the next person comes up and they're screwed. It's like 9.9. It was basically perfect. How can you do better than perfect? And then they do it. You can do better than perfect. They're on the edge. They go out there and you watch them. You feel it in your body. Everything they do is that much farther out into chaos than anything they've ever done. Pushing themselves to the absolute limit of their ability. Tell with every gesture they're that close to making a mistake. They've taken this courageous step beyond their confidence and put everything on the line. When they land in a way that's unlike perfect. It's perfect plus. And everybody immediately leaps to their feet. And like they get a chill. And so what you've just seen is awe-inspiring. You've seen someone courageously move past perfection into the unknown. And not only ennoble themselves more, but to ennoble humanity itself. Up on your feet. It's like, yes! And then it's tens. They win the gold. Well, everyone knows what that's like. It's like a great musical performance. That's being in that place where everything lines up. It's better than perfect. Better than perfect. Better than perfect. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when you're skateboarding.
MAC, make some noise. How you feeling? Yeah. All right, we got the international high fives to do by Joe. It's very important. All I need to know today is where you are and what are your predictions for the finale of 2020. What are your predictions? I want to know.
Akira.
My prediction is this. I will release more amazing music. And people will say, Akira the Dud, this is even better than the last one. That's my prediction. You won't see that on MSNBC.
Akira.
He's got clout.
What up, Mad Moon Rabbit? What up, Aldous Massey? 10. Peak performance. Biological Bootload is in the house by Joe. Zachary Brooks is in the house by Joe. Style Counselor is in the house by Joe. Olivia K is in the house by Jove and predicts this: the Christmas album will save us all. Look at that extreme wisdom. Hey, what up, Wifey? Wifey's in the chat. Wifey says the Christmas album is fire, fire, fire. Wifey been hearing it leaking out the studio, you know? Joyfully. Aldous Massey, this stream is better than perfect. Perfect plus. What up, baby? We got Bruce Quaz in Louisiana says my prediction is that the election will go to Scottos. A sensible prediction. No aliens in that prediction. David Ewing, I predict Meaningwave will grow tenfold by the new year. Ooh! I like that prediction. Vroom. Yeah. Na 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 na. Oh, what? Oh man, listen to this. This is cool. Yeah. This is like a little piece of music I made for a Neutrogena advert. It did not get used. It's really nice. I like it. Who'd you hear on this? Sprightly type beat. Facial cleanse type beat. Shouts out to my amazing catalogue of unused beats, which pops up on this stream from time to time, in order for me to be able to speak. Because it's important there is music when I speak. One must always have music when one speaks, you know? That's how movies get you crying and shit, you know? It's the sounds. Odin Tex says, Texas gang checking in. Shouts out to the Texas gang. Hello, neighbor. Zach Sauser has got some factual analysis of the situation to communicate. Zach Sauser says this: Meaningwave exists! Hurrah! Very good. Members time. Finger guns on blast, baby. Virginia Beach, Virginia 757. My prediction is Meaningwave will take over the internet and we will have a mega shift in society. This is a good prediction. Style Counselor says Akira the Dawn and Son. Where is that boy? Downstairs. Quack quack. Sway La Duena says yes to the serpent. Hey Sway, I was just writing your name. I was just writing down your name. Oh, Sivian, US government reveals possession of alien materials. But didn't they do that in March? Oh no, they didn't reveal possession, they just revealed footage of some Air Force people chasing a UFO, wasn't it? Hang on, didn't I read something the other day about there's a new Area 51? Anyway, whatever. Shrifty Blot, perfectly imperfect. Kyla Sherrod, Fla Fla, finale, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, it is what we make it. That's so great, I love that. What up, Ali? Thank you for the support. Says, I need to orient myself towards something, but my room is a mess. May I request from the Wave Lord, clean up your room. Genesis, the Genesis edition. Oh! Rare. Yeah, we'll be getting into that stuff soon. We're taking Meaningwave requests tonight. Got an epic one from Biological Bootloader. Shouts out to you. Freezing Rex in the house says, my prediction is that bioscience will make us realize that biological well-being is the most important value. Hashtag join biotech. Hashtag yes you can. Nice. There was no aliens in that prediction either. Michael Dodrill, Maryland. I predict my power levels will reach all new heights. Yes. Righteousness. Odin Tech says big tech and big government will conspire to attempt to make us less free. Hasn't that been going on for a while? That's not an exciting finale. That's like more of the usual. Odin text, but MAZ will save us. Ah, there you go. That's the big good bit. What up, Phased says I love it. Phased, I love you by Jove. Phased keeps getting better and better. Just better and better. Aldous Massey says Jocko and Neutrogena. You think we should use that on the Jocko album? Jocko album. Ooh, did I say Jocko album? It feels good saying Jocko album, doesn't it? Jocko album. Try saying it yourself. Try if you're at home right now. Maybe you're not at home. Maybe you're on a mountain. Say Jocko album. Jocko album. Jocko album. Jocko album. Jocko. Say Jocko 2. Jocko 2. Jocko 2. Sounds good, doesn't it? Feels good coming at your face. What up, David Ewing? What up, Spicy Shoe Guy? Says, hey, this song right here, what is it? The Periphery of Greatness. Akira the Don from the Bliss Point album. Bliss Point. Oh. I lost Cindy Bailey's thing. Didn't Cindy Bailey say she was on top of a mountain or something? Shouts out to you! Anyway, you know what time it is. It's time for the International High Five. Got back. Raise it up. Ooh, all right, let's get it. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. High five. Get some. Get some. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
yeah.
My goal is like try to do useful things. Try to maximize the probability the future is good. Make the future exciting. Something you look forward to. You know.
Aye.
With Tesla, we're like trying to make things that people love.
Aye.
How many things can you buy that you really love? That really give you joy? So rare. So rare. I wish there were more things. That's what we're trying to do. Just make things that somebody loves. Like, what are the set of things that can be done to make the future better? You know, I think that a future where we are a spacefaring civilization out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for.
Yeah.
Out there among the stars. This is very exciting. Out there among the stars. That's what we should strive for. This makes me look forward to the future. Makes me want that future.
Me too, baby.
You know, there are things. There need to be things that make you look forward to waking up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you look forward to the day.
That's
forward
right.
to the future.
Live in the day.
A future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars, I think that's very exciting. That is a thing we want. Whereas if you knew we would not be a spacefaring civilization but forever confined to Earth, this would not be a good future. That would be very sad, I think. No, I just think like If there are two futures, and one future is we're out there among the stars, and the things we read about and see in science fiction movies, the good ones, are true. We have these starships, and we're going to see what other planets are like, and we're a multi-planet species, and the scope and scale of consciousness is expanded across many civilizations and many planets and many star systems. This is a great future. This is a wonderful thing to me. And that's what we should strive for. Yeah! Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for. Out there among the stars, this is very exciting. Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for. This makes me look forward to the future. It makes me want that future. Life has to be more than about solving problems.
Yes.
If all that life is about is solving problems, why bother getting up in the morning? There have to be things that make you proud to be a member of humanity. Only a handful of people went to the moon. And yet, we all went to the moon. We went with them vicariously. We shared in that adventure. I don't think anyone would say that that was a bad idea. That was great. We need more of those things.
Yeah!
Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for. Out there among the stars, this is very exciting. Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for. This makes me look forward to the future. It makes me want that future.
Out there among the stars. 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 Ah, what a lovely record that is. Big shout out to the creator of that record. Shout out to the contributing factors to that record. Shout out to the epic voice of that record. Shout out to the facilitator of the voice of that record. With facilitators, so many. Where to begin? Yo, make some noise for Elon Musk's mom. Yeah. Yeah. Now. What up, biological bootloader? That one was for you. Says, great day. Woo! Will you be doing a Crew Dragon launch stream? Oh, when's that? What's going on? I honestly don't know. I've been just so busy making albums. I barely know what's going on in the world. I didn't know anything about launch or nothing. Do tell me. That's honestly, you guys are my eyes and ears. You're my eyes and ears, Mimi B. Sensi Beats, Biological Bootloader WMIV, Brian Scott, all of you. You are, you're a big part of that Meaningwave Intel network. By the way, as always, I'd like to take this opportunity to say, what up to the NSA guy? How you doing? Great day, woo. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you're hydrated, NSA guy. I hope your underwear isn't too tight. I hope you're, you've got some relief. I hope you get to go to the bathroom soon. And I hope you like the background today, NSA guy. Who else I got to shout out? Got to shout out British Secret Service over here. Hi, how you doing? Sorry about the weather. Hi, Mossad guy. Hi. You know, they people too, you know, and I'm sure they get lonely too, you know. They probably get bored as well. And, you know, they probably get a bit sad sometimes, you know. Probably get a bit sad sometimes, probably get a bit, you know, a bit lonely. You know, we all have feelings, you know. Shout out to Mr. Rogers. Hey, let me get my chat on the screen. Hey, MAC, make some noise. I'm going to throw your chat on the screen. People are going to be able to see how you feel as communicated with hieroglyphs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, that was all over the place. Hey, anyway, let's see if we can read some things that people have said that are smart. Hello there, Freezing Wreck. My prediction, oh no, I read that already. I read that, Freezing Wreck. Savage Chill, what's cracking, baby? Appreciate the support. Says, I predict that in the era of bad, nasty government people, corporate villains, and mind virus, that we will see the power of meaning give rise to the age of the superhero to balance the scales. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the golden age, huh? The golden age of heroes. The heroic age, in fact. Yeah! The heroic age cometh, brothers and sisters. Oh, what a glorious thing. That's life, that's life, that's what life is. Yo! That's life, that's what life is. Human beings have it. There's things we need. That's life, that's what life. Human beings have it.
Very frequently what I'm doing as a therapist is helping people have a life that would work, you know, and you can parameterize that. What do you need?
Oh!
How about some friends? How about an intimate relationship with someone that you can trust, that maybe has a future? That'd be good.
Yeah.
How about a career that puts you in a dominance hierarchy somewhere, so at least you've got some possibility of rising, some possibility of stabilizing yourself, and a schedule and a routine, because no one can live without a routine. You just forget that. If you guys don't have a routine, I would recommend, like, you get one going, because you cannot be mentally healthy without a routine. You need to pick a time to get up, whatever time you want, but pick one and stick to it, because otherwise you dysregulate your circadian rhythms, they regulate your mood. And eat something in the morning. I had lots of clients who've had anxiety disorders. I had one client who was literally starving. Very smart girl. There was very little that she liked. She kind of tried to subsist on like half a cup of rice a day. She came to me and said, I have no energy. I come home, all I want to do is watch the same movie over and over. Is that weird? And I thought, well, it depends on how hard you work. You know, it's a little weird, but whatever. You need to regulate your use of drugs and alcohol, most particularly alcohol, because that does in a lot of people. You need a family, like the family you have, your parents and all that. It'd be nice if you all got along, you could work on that. That's a good thing to work on. And then, you know, you probably need children at some point. And that's life. And that's life.
That's life.
That's what life is.
Human beings
have a nature. There's things we need.
Yeah.
That's life.
That's life. That's
what life is. you're missing, you may have a good reason to not be operating on one of those dimensions. It's not mandatory, but I can tell you that if you're not operating reasonably well on at least 3 of them, there's no way you're going to be psychologically thriving. And that's more pragmatic in some sense than psychological, right? Human beings have a nature. There's things we need. And if we have them, well, that's good. And if we don't have them, well, then we feel the lack.
Yeah.
And so behavioral psychologists concentrate a lot more on that sort of thing. It's practical. It's like strategizing. Make a career plan. Figure out how to negotiate, because that's bloody important. Figure out how to say what you need. Figure out how to tell the truth to people. Figure out how to listen to your partner in particular, because if you listen to them, they will actually tell you what they want, and sometimes you can give it to them and maybe they'll return the favor, and if you practice that for like 15 years, well, then maybe you're constantly giving each other what you want. Well, hooray, that would be good. And then there's 2 of you under most circumstances, and it's better to have 2 brains than 1, because people think differently because of their temperament mostly. And so the negotiation is where the wisdom arises, and it's part of the transformation, the psychological transformation that's attendant on an intimate relationship, and one of the fundamental purposes of a long-term intimate relationship. And that's life. That's what life is. Human beings have a nature. There's things we need.
Whoa.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what life is. Human beings have a nature. There's things we need.
Hey. That's life. That's life. That's what life is. Having nature. There's things we need. Yeah. That's life. That's life. That's what life is. Human beings have a nature. There's things we need. Yeah. Whoa. Brah. Epic activities only in 2020. Epic bangers only in 2020. By Jove, makes noise for Alan. What?
Now then the question arises, who's deceiving who? Who's fooling who? I'm fooling me? What is fooling? Now then the question arises, who's deceiving who? Who's fooling who? I'm fooling me? What is fooling? Fooling is playing like you're there when you're not. Getting somebody else to answer your name in the roll call. So, we're all, this is the metaphysical basis of it. This is what the Hindus mean by Maya, the world illusion. The world is playing it's there when it isn't. And it's a trap. And it sucks you in. And you can't get out of it. And it's a trap. And it sucks you in. And you can't get out of it.
It's a trap.
And it's a thorough big trap too. But always, when you get an idea like this or a feeling like this, follow it to its extreme. Don't back out from it. If you find you're selfish, go to the extreme of what selfishness means. Confusion largely results from not following feelings or ideas to their death. People think they want to be immortal. They'd like to live forever. Do you really want to do that? Think about it.
Yeah.
Really go into it. What it would be like. People say they want this, that, and the other. They want this kind of car. They want this kind of dress. This much money, and so on. It's always a good idea to think it right through. What it would involve to be in that situation, to have those desires fulfilled. It's a trap. And it sucks you in. And you can't get out of it. It's a trap. And it sucks you in. And you can't get out of it. It's a trap. And it sucks you in. And you can't get out of it. It's a trap. And it sucks you in. Yeah! And you can't get out of it. Also, when you form a relationship to another person, think it through too. You see? How inconvenient would they be? However attractive. Always turn the embroidery round and look at the underside, but don't get caught doing it. See, that's something one does on the side, in secret. Because otherwise you play the game that everything is as it's supposed to be on front. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human.
Whoa!
But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. Makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous.
Yeah.
And that makes you human. But that makes you humorous. And that makes you human.
Ow. What up, baby? Meaningwave, 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 woo! Meaningwave, 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 woo! Meaningwave, 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 woo! What are we doing? Well, that is the thing. It is that Meaningwave, Meaningwave thing. And I'm writing on vinyls right now because it's the last 6 that are going out. Last 6 vinyls to go. And then they will all have been shipped. All have been shipped. Woo, woo! All have been shipped. All have been shipped. Woo, woo! All have been shipped. Woo, woo! All have been shipped. Oh boy! And if you want to make sure you don't miss out next time, because we're going to launch a new vinyl campaign very soon, and you want to make sure you don't miss out. I know you do, because people be writing to me every day saying, "Akira the Don, I missed out. What can I do?" I say, well, go to meaningwave.com and join the mailing list. And we will let you know as soon as the new campaign launches. And you can own a piece of physical Meaningwave history yourself. Like your brothers and sisters, who are now joyful owners of real Meaningwave vinyl. Vinyl and apparel. There's people out there who've got a hoodie just like me. It says, "Okay, now back to young." There's people out there in the world, I'm told, that have a Meaningwave monolith. A rare group of people have got Meaningwave monoliths. You can actually still get these. You can go to meaningwave.com and you can get a Meaningwave monolith, a 16-gauge steel sculpture of the epic, beloved, glorious Meaningwave logo that lights up with LED lighting. And you can change it. You know, you can change it to whatever color you want. You can have it cycle through different colors. You can have it just stay on one color. It's very amazing. Very amazing. Yo. 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 Members Time says, any leftovers from the last campaign? No. Well, actually, I mean, I don't know about leftovers. But if there are any leftover, any vinyl unaccounted for will be made available as part of the next campaign. So there'll be an option to get it as part of the next campaign if there's any leftover, which I do not know. Wifey has got the tallies. Glenn Dent says, make more posters. There's a couple posters at meaningwave.com in the shop right now. You can buy posters separate. And there's going to be a few more coming up. Mason wants to get a Meaningwave patch. Yes. Glenn Dent says $250. That is a number. Members Time says, I'm offering triple the price for someone's extra copy of the vinyl. Yo, Mason says, just going to sew Meaningwave over all my brands. That's good thinking. I used to love when I was a kid. I used to get those heavy metal gear catalogs. You remember those? You could order all this heavy metal gear stuff. You get all these jams, which was like big shorts. All the band t-shirts, long sleeve shirts with all the metal logos. And you get patches. You get patches of your favorite band. You'd sew them all over your stuff. Yeah. 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 Mike B says, my most prized 3 possessions. 1, What's Way V double album. 2, What's Way VI double album. 3, ears that work. Yeah, definitely ears are lower down the list of priorities, because even without ears, you can still enjoy your What's Way vinyl. Isn't that crazy? Crazy but true. Shouts out to that bass line. Oh boy, what is this mystery?
Akira.
Yo, what up, Luke Cap says Meaningwave patches would be awesome. Should we change that to Will? Will!
Many of you, I'm sure, have heard the saying that
Sativa Skunk says we should get matching tattoos and be a Meaningwave Gang International, bringing positive vibes to the streets. That's right. Meaning Gang International! Make some noise!
Ask you to put yourself in other people's shoes and have a look at your own as mythology.
As mythology.
What is this
Mystery
that makes the
human species bow before some sign of
What
mystery?
is this mystery that makes the
Human species bow before some sign of mystery.
Nietzsche has said, this is the age of comparison. Works on all levels. And in the realm of what I'm calling mythology, which many people call religions, there are cross-influences operating today that would have been thought impossible 100 years ago. Furthermore, it's good to call, to remember that our cultures and our races are very, very late horizons in the history of the human species. But we already have very interesting evidence of religious or mythological practices in races long antedating ours. For instance, in the high Alps that were discovered in the 20s in very small caves right below the ice level of the glaciers, little shrines containing the skulls of cave bears. Now, during the course of the last glaciation, the Würm glacial period, those caves were
Covered in
ice.
ice.
No one could have gone there. And after the time of that glaciation, there were no cave bears in the world. So these little shrines with these cave bear skulls and little fires and little instruments of showing that there had been worship practiced there date from 200,000 years ago. 200,000 years ago. What is this mystery that makes the human species bow before some sign of mystery? Mystery
That makes the human species bow
before
some sign of mystery. Oh!
What is this mystery? Each of us has been brought up in some tradition that has its imagery of that mystery. But the point I want to start out
Last one.
is that in the human heart and in the human mind, no matter what the race, the culture, the language, the tradition, there is this sense, or at least the possibility of experiencing the sense of a mystery, and an awesome mystery, and a very terrifying mystery, inhabiting the whole universe. The very mystery being itself. And here in these very early little times, these very early shrines, we have the evidence of man 200,000 years ago bowing and asking for something and devoting themselves to something in this way of religion which we continue to know in this aspect, that inflection, and that other throughout the world today. What is this mystery that makes the human species bow? Some sign of mystery that makes the human species bow. Some sign of mystery that makes the human species bow. Some sign of mystery that makes the human species bow. Some sign of mystery. Oh, yeah! Epic activity. Shouts out to Joseph Campbell. Shouts out to everyone that ordered What's Way vinyl. The final What's Way vinyl has been signed. And they will be shipping tomorrow. The last words. Dreams come true, baby. Meaningwave exists! And this is a special request. A special request right here.
Akira.
For Gabe Delaney. It's one of my favorite songs.
He's got clout.
This is a tough weekend for me, my friend. And I go home. I don't know why. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother me. Gotta go to the cemetery. Gotta drive around the neighborhood. Gonna see all my old haunts. You realize how old you are. You know, you realize life moved on. All you have is your fucking memories, you know? All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. When I drive on 76th Street and I'm parked in that light, I'm gonna make a left at the Lex light on 77th to go to Luke's house. And I look over my right shoulder and I don't see Ashway's there. It just does something to me. You know, it just fucking does something to me. I don't break down. I don't need to go to a therapist. But it kicks you in the stomach. It kicks your youth in the stomach. Kicks who you were as a child in the stomach. I didn't know anything as a kid. I just always thought Ashways would be there. See what I'm saying? We all have our own Ashways. We all have memories of that fucking childhood deli or pizza place or Chinese place or whatever the fuck that you were in there and you tortured the people and they gave you credit and one day you swallowed a fucking roach in there by mistake and they didn't tell nobody and they gave you free food for the rest of your life. I'll say that name for the rest of my life. You know, all I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. But tomorrow I get to go home and I'll drive by at night and I just shake my head. You know, I always go down by my mother's bar and make a left on Bergen Line Avenue and I see what that's like now. And that's completely different. Then I hook a left on New York Avenue and I shoot all the way up to like fucking 48th and I cut over to fucking Hudson Avenue. And I go all the way to 60th and I make a fucking left down to Kelly Boulevard and I hit Vinicius. And I see what it looks like at night. Then I make a fucking right up. I got the same route every time, dog. Because that's the route I had as a child. I don't know. And that's it. I don't get out. I don't breathe the air. I just take that one ride to see what happened. Just kick me in the stomach. Just to shoot whatever dreams I had down. That I was like, I would go back to Jersey and it's gonna be the same, you know? All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. I went down there when I was with my daughter last year. I took her down there and I walked around with them. I took them to the fucking park I played at. I had a great time with them. I didn't break down physically or mentally enough. I thought I would, Lee. See, right now, sometimes I think, oh my God, this is gonna be hard on me. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. I breeze right fucking through it. You know, I thought when I would walk into the high school a few years ago, I'd have a nervous breakdown. None of that shit happened. None of that shit happened. I don't know how I dealt with it, Lee. Over the years, doing all that coke and sitting there alone like a fucking loser and writing about my past, all that shit fucking cleared the air in my mind. I don't know how. I don't know how. When I walk on the streets a little bit sometimes, I go, wow, I remember walking on the street after I did this, or I remember walking on the street after I did that. 30 years ago, I was getting chased in that fucking parking lot. Chased. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. Now I pull up to my house. You know, I look at the baby, I look at my wife. I go, what the fuck happened?
Stupid memories, baby. Special request right there for Gabe Delaney. And this next one right here is for Ali.
Akira.
Yo, it's that Genesis version. Clean up your room. Man, this version is rare. I haven't heard this version for ages. Yeah.
Akira.
He's got.
Shout out to everyone who'd never heard that Joey Diaz song before. That's one of them rare ones, you know. BK Mullen says, we're getting a Joey Diaz album. I'd really love to make one. That song isn't on Spotify because I've yet to be able to get in touch with Joey Diaz because, you know, to get his permission. So that song's only available on YouTube and Bandcamp. But one of these days, I will get in touch with Joey Diaz, and I'm sure he'll love it. And I would love to make many Joey Diaz albums. I've been a big fan of the Church and Joey for many, many years. And there's dozens of albums worth of incredible material in there. I could be making Joey Diaz albums forever by Joe, but I'd love to make at least one, you know? I'd love to make at least one. So one of these days, you know, we'll be connected. I wrote to him a few times, but I don't think he ever saw the emails. I'm sure he gets a lot, you know? And, you know, he's been very busy lately. But yeah, and what was the other thing? Yeah, we're taking Meaningwave requests tonight. So if you request something that's not Meaningwave, it won't get played. One, because this is a Meaningwave request show, so it would be unconfusing. And also because I have to do a certain amount of streams every week where I just play our music. Because when I don't play our music, the streams get blocked and banned and hit with all sorts of copyright strikes and things. And you know, we need to have some videos on the channel. You know, we might be shadow banned within an inch of our lives, but we are still here, and we do intend to remain here while we can, because you know, this is a nice place. You're here, we're here. It's very lovely. Yo.
He's got clout.
Thank you for your support.
You want to be oriented towards.
God bless all of you.
Because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution.
Yeah.
Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it.
Hey.
But it's a personal process. So you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. So I would say, what are the processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people is clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies. That's not the same as telling the truth. You don't get to do that to begin with, because you're not good enough at it to even attempt it in some sense. But everyone can stop saying things they know to be falsehoods. Stop saying things that violate your conscience. Here's another idea. Stop saying and doing things that make you feel weak. All you have to do is pay attention to that. Some things you do will make you feel disintegrated. It's a physiological sensation. Some things improve your integrity and some things disintegrate you. The things that disintegrate you, you often do to impress other people. You're escaping what you know to be your moral obligation. And your moral obligation stems naturally from your aims. And if you don't have an aim, well then, you're aimless. Clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. I had a girl come up to me last night. She said, I started cleaning up my room and it completely changed my life. She said, your room is an externalization of your mind. And that's right. That's exactly true. To the degree that you're in your room, the room is you. So straighten up what you can straighten up and quit saying things that make you feel weak. And then you'll know what to do next. Clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. It's like, hey, man.
Hey, man.
You have a room.
Whoa.
Most people throughout human history have not had a room. You have a room. Well, my room's a hellhole. It's like, well, then you're a denizen of hell inhabiting it. You should do something about that. Well, what? Well, put it in minimal order. Get your clothes together. You have to wear those. People are looking at your clothes. What clothes should you be wearing? Not the clothes of a total wretched loser. How about that? What about your bed? Well, is it comfortable? Do you make it in the morning so it looks like half civilized? Can you sleep there? It's like, is there junk everywhere so you just hate your life when you walk into your room? It's like, clean the damn thing up. See if you can do it. Order your drawers. Learn to fold your clothes. Put it in minimal order. And then, man, you could get spectacular. You said, put a plant in there. It's like, perfect. Maybe I could make it beautiful.
Whoa!
Perfect. Shakalaka.
Yo, I haven't listened to that version for a long time. I really like that version. I forgot how much I like that version, how very different it is. What a completely different vibe it is. Make some noise for that version, and make some noise for Ali, who requested it. Oh, what? Oh, what?
Akira.
Shouts out to Bleat Limma. What the heck is this? What the bless is this? What the heaven is this? Oh, yeah.
Akira.
Akira the Dawn is a British musician, DJ, and producer. He's worked in genres as diverse as pop, hip-hop, indie, dance, and more recently, perhaps, something that has come to be known as Meaningwave.
Oh. I cut the speech up with the beat, added some crackling vinyl. The older I get, the more I know just how little I know. Most men living one bad day away from being a wino. Many sing along, but how many can hit the high notes? But for the grace of God, go idle. Hello, hi. Pretty fly for someone from such a place as I. You might not walk, but you might fly, because we live in such a time. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I'm live for the peak of recorded human history. Hit them show.
Akira.
Spoke that shit into existence. Perseverance plus persistence. Don't need motivation, we've got meaning. Discipline equals freedom. It's that Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. I took the speech, got the shit to the beat, it was sweet, and that's how I made Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave.
A combination of metered spoken music chosen for its emotional and conceptual appropriateness. One of my sayings in my talks. Akira has also produced similar works featuring Ellen Watts, Jocko Willink, Terence McKenna, David Foster Wallace, and Elon Musk, among others. So, welcome, Akira. It's nice to talk to you.
What up, though?
What are you up to?
Ha! Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. I took the speech, got the shit to the beat, it was sweet, and that's how I made Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. I took the speech, got that shit to the beat, it was sweet, and that's how I made Meaningwave. Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave.
In ridiculous hyperproductivity and the zone in habitation.
That's right.
My idea being remaining in the zone of making music, so the music flows and becomes better and better and better, and my whole process becomes more efficient and powerful with each thing.
Yo, listen to little Akira the Dawn there. He had no idea. He had no idea. Yo, he had no idea what the upper limits to this thing were, and he still doesn't. He still do not. What up, Alec Moran? This one's for you, baby boy.
I was just thinking that Jocko's kind of... A lot of people can be real father figures for me.
Whoa!
I have such a desperation for that energy and that connection in my life that I will latch on to people or put them in a place where... Oh, I gotta tell you this. So, I saw my dad in a dream when I was in Hawaii, or in Maui. Sorry, when I was in Maui. And it was really crazy because I hadn't seen him in 20 years. Even in a vision. You know, when I had an adult vision. And I saw him. You know, when I saw him, it was crazy. We were at it was kind of confusing. It was a dream, you know?
Aye.
And Robert De Niro was there, and Matthew McConaughey was there.
Whoa!
And we were in Maui. My dad was in one room, eating at a table, and Matthew McConaughey and Robert De Niro were in another room. And my dad wanted to come and meet Matthew McConaughey, but he didn't want to meet Robert De Niro. And so I was trying to like mediate between the two of them. And finally, my dad and Matthew McConaughey got to meet each other, which doesn't mean anything, but it was just interesting to see my father. I hadn't seen him. I saw my dad in a dream. I saw my dad in a dream. I hadn't seen him in 20 years.
Even in a vision.
I saw my dad in a dream. I saw my dad in a dream. I hadn't seen him in 20 years.
Even in a vision.
You know, I'd seen him in pictures and I'd seen him in just, you know, imagination what he looked like or something, but I hadn't seen him really. And it made me think that my dad lives in Hawaii or something, you know, like I was like, oh, is this where he's been? And it made me think, well, of course this is where he's been. This is where I would be. It is stunning. But yeah, I got to see my dad, man. I got to see him. It was I just didn't know. I didn't know that he's been in Hawaii or been in, you know. And he was healthy. He was healthier looking than I'd ever seen him in my whole life. That's what's wild. He was kind of thicker, he'd been eating. His hair was darker. And he was laughing, man. He was laughing. He was kind of being cool, trying to a little bit play it cool or be cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he lives in that world, in the subconscious or in dream world. So I have no idea what his life is like there. He may drive a Corvette, I don't know. I didn't see, the parking lot or anything like that. I just saw just him. I saw my dad in a dream. I saw my dad in a dream. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. Even in a vision. I saw my dad in a dream. I saw my dad in a dream. I hadn't seen him in 20 years.
Even in a vision. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. Even in a vision. I saw my dad in a dream. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. Even in a vision.
And man, right when I got up, I've just been on this kick where I've just been trying to stay more motivated and like, when it's time to get up, it's time to get up. And I need to do things and I want to have more experiences in my life. Recently I've just been realizing like I do a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of the same things. And I'm not really having a lot of like new experience. And so I want to have a little bit more of that. Man, I wish I'd have just laid back down and tried to go right back and see him. Wherever he was. But it's just so funny. I mean, I've slept in the past 20 years, I've probably fallen asleep in, 42 states and 15 or 20 or 30, countries. And not once did I see my father. And then, bam, I'm in Maui and there he is.
Maui, there he is. Maui, and there he is. Maui, and there he is. Theo Von and Akira the Dawn there. I saw my dad in a dream. It's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. And that was for Alec Moran. Shout out to you, baby. This one's for Andrew.
I see mythology as serving functions. The first function is what I would call the mystical function. It opens up a realization of the mystical dimension. That behind the surface phenomenology of the world, there is a transcendent mystery source. And that is the source also within yourself. Within yourself. The second function has to do with the image of the world, what I would call the cosmological function. This changes radically from time to time. In the very early hunting and planting and gathering societies, relatively small horizon, and the science was that of what was visible in terms of the visible world. The sun rose, went down. The sun rose, went down. The sun rose, went down. And the science was that of what was visible in terms of the visible world. The sun rose, went down. With Copernicus, this all changed. The sun isn't rising. It's the way that it twisted. The cosmology is totally changed. Cosmology and science changed. But a mythology to be up to date and really to work in the minds of people who are living in the modern scientific world must itself incorporate the modern scientific world. Modern scientific world. The sun rose, went down. The sun rose, went down. And the science was that of what was visible in terms of the visible world. The sun rose, went down. The third function of a mythology is sociological. To validate and maintain a certain specific social order here and now of this specific society. The fourth problem is the pedagogical problem, guiding the individual harmoniously through the inevitable crises of the stages of life in this world today. In terms of its good, its value, its danger. The sun rose, went down. The sun rose, and it went down. And the science was that of what was visible in terms of the visible world. The sun rose, went down.
Where does mythology come from? For Campbell, the beginning to this story does not exist somewhere out there in the distant past. Rather, it starts right here, right now, within us, with what it means to be a human being. It's easy to see what separates us from each other, what makes us different. We all look and sound differently, and most societies have different values and customs. These are the physical and cultural distinctions that set us apart. What then are the characteristics we share in common? How are we all the same?
Yeah, that was a very rare song. That's Sun Rose from the unreleased Joseph Campbell and Akira the Don album Mythos. Working title. Yeah. What up, BK Mullen says Meaningwave tats for everyone. That's right.
The way I think of the
what up, members time
is they are catalysts to the imagination.
Catalysts.
They were back 100,000 years ago. The imagination, which was just this glimmering, this iridescence on the surface of ape cognition, was under the influence of the reciprocal feedback of self-reflection that is created by watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Because it has suddenly become interesting, because it has suddenly been flooded by a psychoactive amine. That iridescence has been coaxed into language, art, architecture, music, poetry, the whole ball of wax. But now we know these things. We can uncover the secret of our origin. I'm very keen for the notion of what I call the archaic revival. And the archaic revival is this overarching metaphor that is the way for us to go to save our necks at this point. When a culture gets into trouble, instinctively what it does is it goes back through its own past until it finds a moment where things seem to make sense. And then it brings that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. When medieval Christianity no longer made sense to a major percentage of the people of Western Europe, the intellectuals of that time instinctively reached backwards into the past, looking for the biblical model, and finally they reached the golden age of Periphery enactment. And there they found Plato, Aristotle, the dramatists, and they created classicism. Classicism was brought to birth in the 1400s, 2,000 years after the death of Plato. We are the children of this classical revival, which we call the Renaissance. Our theories of law, our theories of government, our notion of justice, all drawn from classical Greek and Roman models, brought back from the dead 500 years ago by a bunch of Italian investment bankers who thought this was a good model to hang their civilization on. Bring that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival. Bring that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival. Bring that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival. Bring that moment forward into the present. The archaic revival. So we must now far back to time for a new cultural model. Our crisis is so great that we have to reach back to the high Paleolithic, to the moment immediately before the invention of agriculture and the creation of the dominator ego.
Great day, woo! Great day, woo!
The thing is that we have been educated to use our minds in a certain way, a way that ignores or screens out the fact that every one of us
is the aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is the aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out.
You see, it's as if you had a light covered with a black ball, and in this ball were pinholes, and each pinhole is an aperture through which the light comes out. So in that way, every one of us is actually a pinhole through which the fundamental light, that is the existence itself, looks out. Only the game we're playing is not to know this. To be only that little hole, which we call me, my ego, my specific John Jones, or whatever. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. If we can maintain at the same time sense of being this specific John Jones with his role in life or whatever, and know also underneath this that we are the whole works, you get a very marvelous and agreeable arrangement. A most remarkable harmoniousness. I mean, it gives one's life a great sense of joy and exuberance if you can carry on these two things at once. If you, in other words, you know that all the serious predicaments of life are a game. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. That one goes out to Biological Bootloaded by Joe.
So also music is a purposive thing, because you don't either play music.
This one's for Maria Lezak. God bless.
Nor do you dance to reach a particular place on the floor.
What up, Matt Foster? If that's the Matt Foster.
Oh, that is it.
Wow.
Music.
We got a legend in the house.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Whoa!
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Whoa!
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Akira.
Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Because after all, if the object of music were to gain a certain destination, those orchestras that played fastest would be considered the best. The best.
The best.
Akira.
Whoa.
Dancing and music, more than other arts, represent the nature of this world. The nature of this world. That it is playful, that it is sport. That it may be sincere, but is definitely not serious. And as G.K. Chesterton well put it once, the angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Akira.
Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Yeah.
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important.
That is the core. Aye.
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music.
The angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Special request here from Melinda K. from the brand new album Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. Featuring Kamal. Rabbi Khan.
You know, it's funny, I never used to think about the fact about loving myself. I just wasn't that guy. The thing about loving myself came when I hit rock bottom. And I really hit bottom, and it was a desperate attempt to save myself. I really fundamentally believe in the power of commitment and making commitments to yourself. You gotta keep them. And in this desperate moment, I made this vow to myself. I was at bottom. My company had fallen apart. I lost everything. I was really sick. I was miserable. I was depressed. One morning or one night, it was dark. And I just got out of my bed and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm either gonna get out of this or die trying. And I walked over to my journal, grabbed my pen, and I wrote. I knew I could make a vow to myself to get out of this. I didn't know what. And I just sat down and I wrote, it was freehand.
I vow to love myself. 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 I vow to love myself.
Where that came from, I had no idea. I still don't. It was a pure primal vow. It came from like a deep place of literally I was trying to save myself. When I realized that, what I'd done, I was like, okay, I don't know how to do that. I gotta figure out, because I made a commitment to myself, and a vow to yourself is a sacred act. You do that, you keep it, and life will change. And I had to figure out how to do it. I knew I had to work on my internal self. It wasn't about taking bubble baths. It's an internal thing. It's a mindset. It's a belief. It's a rock solid belief where your thoughts, your feelings, the emotions rise from. If they rise from there, then your life rises from there.
I vow to love myself. 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 I vow to love myself.
Does complacency come with age? And do I have the urge to back off?
Back off?
Negative.
Negative.
Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40 and I'm pushing 50. Whatever. Bring it.
Bring it.
Off? Negative. Not happening. In fact,
I'm stepping it up.
I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get banged up? Of course I do. I take some injuries. You know what? No factor. No factor. Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And time waits for no man.
Fight! Oh, oh, oh. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight! Oh, oh, oh. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got.
You young guns out there, 18 years old, 20 years old, 24 years old, listen. Life goes by, and it goes by quick. Don't waste those years. Don't waste them. Live them. I know that you don't think you're gonna live to be 30, much less 40, but you are and you will. And the earlier you get in the game and get on track, the better life you're gonna have. Healthier, wealthier, stronger, smarter, better. Better. And if you're an old man like me and you haven't gotten on track yet, get on track. Get on it now.
Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. What? Oh, blimey. Yo, that one out to Chris Olin.
This is from Friedrich Nietzsche. Now, of course, you probably know that he was the philosopher who announced the death of God. What he meant by that was that fundamental benefit.
Big shouts out to Dan. Get after it, Dan. Dan's getting himself out of an ugly situation, which is an epic thing to do, powerful things to do. Go for the mighty Dan, friend of Druff 42. God bless.
Especially of value hierarchies.
Smart.
He thought of the inevitable consequence of that, or one of the inevitable consequences of that, a dramatic move towards a doctrine of radical equality. See, because if value itself is destroyed, the value distinction between things, so that one thing is not any better than another, then there's no reason for hierarchies of virtue or of value. And so the equality doctrine is a logical outcome. So here's what he wrote about that. Behold, this is the hole of the tarantula. Do you want to see the tarantula itself? Here hangs its web. Touch it so that it trembles. There it comes willingly. Welcome, tarantula. Your triangle and symbol sits black on your back. And I also know what sits in your soul. Revenge sits in your soul. Wherever you bite, black scabs grow. Your poison makes the soul whirl with revenge. Thus I speak to you in a parable. You who make souls whirl. You preachers of equality. To me you are tarantulas and secretly vengeful. But I shall bring your secrets to light. Therefore I laugh in your faces. My laughter of the heights. Therefore I tear at your webs, that your rage may lure you out of your lie holes, and your revenge may leap out from behind your word.
Justice.
For that man be delivered from revenge. That is for me the bridge to the highest hope, and a rainbow after long storms. The tarantulas, of course, would have it otherwise. What justice means to us is precisely that the world be filled with the storms of our revenge. Thus they speak to each other. We wreak vengeance and abuse on all whose equals we are not. Thus do the tarantula hearts vow. And will to equality shall henceforth be the name for virtue. And against all that has power,
We want to raise our clamor. You preachers of equality. The tyrannomania of impotence clamors thus out of you for equality. Your most secret ambitions to be tyrants thus shroud themselves in words of virtue. Aggrieved conceit, repressed envy, perhaps the conceit and envy of your fathers, erupt from you as a flame and as the frenzy of revenge. What was in the Father speaks in the Son. And I often found the Son, the unveiled secret of the Father. They are like enthusiasts, but it is not the heart that fires them, but revenge. And when they become elegant and cold, it is not the spirit, but envy that makes them elegant and cold. Their jealousy leads them even on the paths of thinkers, and this is the sign of their jealousy. They always go too far. So their weariness must in the end lie down to sleep in the snow. Tarantulas.
Tarantulas.
Tarantulas. Out of every one of their complaints sounds revenge. In their praise there is always a sting, and to be a judge seems bliss to them. But thus I counsel you, my friends, mistrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. They are people of a low sort and stock, the hangman and the bloodhound. 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 Look out of their faces. Mistrust all who talk much of their justice. Verily, their souls lack more than honey. And when they call themselves the good and the just, do not forget that they would be Pharisees, if only they had power. My friends, I do not want to be mixed up and confused with others. Some preach my doctrine of life and are at the same time preachers of equality. Tarantulas, although they are sitting in their holes, these poisonous spiders, with their back turned on life, they speak in favor of life, but only because they wish to hurt. They wish to hurt those who now have power. For among those, the preaching of death is still most at home. If it were otherwise, the tarantulas would teach otherwise. They themselves were once the foremost slanderers of the world, and bullies. The heritage sucks. I do not wish to be mixed up and confused with these preachers of equality.
The increasingly relevant and terrifying tarantulas for Austin came in there.
Do you know, Asclepius, that Egypt is an image of heaven? Or to speak more exactly, in Egypt, all the operations of the powers which rule and work in heaven are present in the earth below. In fact, it should be said that the whole cosmos dwells in this our land, as in a sanctuary. And yet, since it is fitting that wise men should have knowledge of all events before they come to pass, you must not be left in ignorance of what I will now tell you. There will come a time when it will have been in vain that Egyptians have honored the Godhead with heartfelt piety and service, and all our holy worship will be fruitless and ineffectual. The gods will return from earth to heaven. Egypt will be forsaken, and the land which was once the home of religion will be left desolate, bereft of the presence of its deity. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale, which thine own children in time to come will not believe. Nothing will be left but graven words, and only the stones will tell of thy piety. And in that day, men will be weary of life, and they will cease to think the universe worthy of reverent wonder and worship. They will no longer love this world around us, this incomparable work of God, this glorious structure which He has built, this sum of good made up of many diverse forms, this instrument whereby the will of God operates in that which He has made, ungrudgingly favoring man's welfare. This combination and accumulation of all the manifold things that call forth the veneration, praise, and love of the beholder. Darkness will be preferred to light, and death will be thought more profitable than life. No one will raise his eyes to heaven. The pious will be deemed insane. The impious wise, the madman will be thought a brave man, and the wicked will be esteemed as good. As for the soul, and the belief that it is immortal by nature, or may hope to attain to immortality, as I have taught you, all this they will mock, and even persuade themselves that it is false. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty soul. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty soul. No word of reverence or piety, no utterance worthy of heaven will be heard or believed, and so the gods will depart from mankind, a grievous thing. And only evil angels will remain, who will mingle with men and drive the poor wretches into all manner of reckless crime, into wars and robberies and frauds and all things hostile to the nature of the soul. Then will the earth tremble and the sea bear no ships. Heaven will not support the stars in their orbits. All voices of the gods will be forced into silence. The fruits of the earth will rot, the soil will turn barren, and the very air will sicken with sullen stagnation. All things will be disordered and awry. All good will disappear. has befallen Asclepius, then God, the creator of all things, will look on that which has come to pass and will stop the disorder by the counterforce of his will, which is the good. He will call back to the right path those who have gone astray. He will cleanse the world of evil, washing it away with floods, burning it out with the fiercest fire, and expelling it with war and pestilence. And thus he will bring back his world to its former aspect, so that the cosmos will once more be deemed worthy of worship and wondering reverence. And God, the maker and maintainer of the mighty fabric, will be adored by the men of that day with continuous songs of praise and blessing. Such is the new birth of the cosmos. It is a making again of all things good, a holy and awe-inspiring restoration of all nature. And it is wrought inside the process of time by the eternal will of the Creator.
Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale. Yeah. What an amazing record. Holy cow. Imagine making a record that good. Yo. Yo. Imagine envisaging a record in your head and it coming out just the way you envisaged it. And you envisaged it as like a kind of like turbo future prog trap Jeff Wayne if he lived in 2025 producing Hermetic Text, the opera. Yo. Yo. Imagine being in the music industry and the music press and pretending that doesn't exist. Isn't that crazy? What a time to be alive.
Man, that's a lot of Australians.
That's a lot of Australians. Who was that for? Who asked for that? Who asked for that? Pretty sure that was Alec Moran. Yes, it was. Man like Alec Moran. You just had like two of the most epic Meaningwave songs back to back. That's crazy. Oh shit, it's time to get out of here. Oh shit, it's time to get out of here. Oh no, but we've got a couple of requests. We've got to sneak these. We've got to squeeze these in somehow, baby. I think we're just gonna have to, you know. You know, MAC makes noise. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Macionas. Relax and don't give in to astonishment.
To say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done, to push the envelope of creativity and language. And what's really important is, I call it the felt presence of direct experience, which is a fancy term which just simply means we have to stop consuming our culture. We have to stop consuming our culture. We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR. Create your own roadshow. The nexus of space and time, where you are now, is the most immediate sector of your universe. And if you're worrying about Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or somebody else, then you're disempowered. You're giving it all away to icons. Icons which are maintained by an electronic media so that you want to dress like X or have lips like Y. This is strange, this kind of thinking. That is all cultural diversion. And what is real is you and your friends and your association, your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. And we're told, no, we're unimportant. We're peripheral. Get a degree, get a job, get a this, get a that, and then you're a player. You don't even want to play in that game. You want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron and fill in all this trash that's being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world. Where is that at? Where is that at? Where is that? Catalyst to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done, to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Catalyst to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen. Draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done. To say what has never been said. To see what has never been seen. Draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done. Whoa! Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Yo, shouts out to Mason. Excellent choice. That's Catalysts featuring Terrence McKenna from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2, the album, out now, all streaming platforms. One more song. One more song for my brothers and sisters. One more song. One more song for the gang. Splash, baby, splash. Splash, baby, splash. Yeah! Quack, quack, baby. Oh, ducks swimming in the water. Yeah! That's right. Bless up, said Donny Cuss. Says this guy is badass. Live on, folks. Woo! Donicus Maximus. Quack, quack. Get after it, baby! Yeah!
Ducks are swimming in the water. All the 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 ducks are swimming in the water. La 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 la. All the ducks are swimming in the water. La 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 la.
M-A-C. Yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. What a beautiful night. What a beautiful night. Swimming in the water with you beautiful quack creatures. Duck Gang makes some noise. Stay free. Stay afloat. That's right, D-Man. Yeah. Aye.
All the ducks are swimming in the water. 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 Swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water. All the ducks are swimming in the water.
Great day. Woo! Shouts out to everyone who's been supporting this beautiful adventure. It was Sunday. Sunday here in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. It was the Meaningwave Super Request Show. Super Meaningwave requests from you all night. What incredible choices. Shouts out to Biological Bootloader. Shouts out to Ali. Shouts out to Freezing Wreck and Gabe Delaney. That almost rhymed. Savage Chill. Bleat Llama. Melinda K. Alec Moran. God bless you, Alec Moran. Andrew Komaromi, members, time! Biological Bootloader. Oh, all the gang. Austin came in. Maria Lizak, Chris Olin, Druff42, House Palmer, Mason, Mike B up in the place to be. Says, bless this community. Bless this night. Bless the children out of sight. That's so real deal, Holyfield. Bless up Alec Moran. Appreciate that 50 splash. Bam! What a guy. What up, Macchionez? Relax and don't give in to astonishment. Strap in, baby. Put on something beautiful. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, baby. Macchionez said he smoked something too large. And it's about to smack him upside the head. H-E-A-D, head. Whoa. Fa la 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 la. Fa la la la. Fa la la la. What up, Sheila Ferreira? Thank you, Akira, for another exceptional stream. Bless up you. What up, Vanessa? Shouts out to you and the whole family. What up, Borsivian? What up, little ones? What up, Central Taj? What up, Toast 1012? 710 Dab 30. Oi. Chris Olin just had a message deleted by the Google moderator team. Hey. Shouts out to the Google moderator team. How you doing? Hammer time. Vote Hammer. If you tried writing Vote Hammer on Twitter, it's funny. They don't like it. They hit you with one of those Surgeon General warnings like they put on the cigarette packets. They put it on the president. And they'll put it on you if you write Vote Hammer. Vote Hammer! I wonder if that's just fucked up my whole stream. My channel. My channel's already blacklisted. That's fine. We exist regardless, and that's the glory. Thank you to everyone who supported during this adventure, and thank you to everyone who continues to support the Wave. If you want to support the Wave, there are many things you can do. You can go to meaningwave.com and get a Meaningwave t-shirt, get a hoodie like what I've got, get a flipping monolith. A lot of people out there are getting monoliths. They're getting their monoliths delivered. They're very happy with their monoliths, by Jove. I mean, wouldn't you be? Imagine having a monolith of your very own, by Jove. Go to Bandcamp, download the music, go to Spotify, follow the playlists. Follow us here, join the channel, get emojis, join the Patreon, make a donation via the link below. You can do all that. Sure you can. All those things are epic and glorious. But, boom, blowing up my face. Macchione is blowing up my face. What you doing trying to request last night and DJ Saved My Life when I'm closing? This closing time, baby. You're going to have to play that for yourself, but appreciate the support. Or you could play this morning's, the replay of this morning's morning stream from Twitch. I actually played that record. So if you play this morning's show, you can find it on Library, or you can find it on the podcast feed. Wherever you find podcasts, you'll find this morning's morning show. You can listen to it. I did an epic DJ set. I played for about 2.5 hours, and I played that song by Jove, so get after it. But yeah. I did play that this morning, Macchianas. Yes, it's that thing hitting you already. You're getting whooped upside the head with your bifter right now, aren't you? That's what's going on with you, by Jove. Get after it, baby. Yeah, we got a Discord. Head on down to that Discord. It's full of wavy people. But yeah, what was I going to say? The important thing, the thing that you can do, the thing that makes everything groovy, you can let the world know. Meaningwave exists! Every time I do that, I think about the people who listen to this show when they're going to sleep. There's a lot of them. They write me letters. They say, Akira the Dawn, I love listening to your show as I go to sleep. I listen to it on the podcast feed. And I think, imagine trying to go to sleep to this and then suddenly Akira the Dawn shouting, Meaningwave exists! How soothing. God bless everybody listening on the podcast feed, you beautiful creatures. God bless everybody locked in live. God bless Flag Hat Film says, this morning was fire, tonight was fire. I mean, that's all we do, you know. That's all we know. Fire and water. Tsunami. Inferno. Yo, I might change my name to Tsunami Inferno. Akira the Don, a.k.a. Tsunami Inferno. That's a good point. Biological Bootleg says Quentin's Discord might be fun for you tonight, Mashonas. That's true, right? If you go to our friend Quentin, the Quentin Experiments Discord, they have rooms for people who are tripping out to go in, and people will play you music and they'll hold your hand and they'll chill you out, baby. That's a beautiful thing they do over there. What a time to be alive. La 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 la. Yo! And on that bombshell, it's time for us to get out of here. When I say us, I mean me. You guys are going to keep hanging out. You can go to the Discord. Why don't you go to the Discord and have an album listening party amongst yourselves? That's something you can do. We live in the future.
Dawn is good. Dawn is good.
Raise it up. 3, 2, 1. God bless you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ the Savior was born on Christmas Day. Na 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 na. Good tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Aye. Tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Aye. God bless, baby. I'll see you later.